Oh, hi everybody, let's step into Photoshop. Let me show you how to create this flyer or this poster. Control N to have our interface showing up, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to print and I'm going to set it to A4 sheet. Okay, so this is the dimension. If you're using the more older version and you don't have that, okay, so this is the dimension. I'm going to use millimeters over here. I'm going to call it poster. I leave everything like this and click on create. Also, we want to go to view and want to go to new gas layout, and then what we're going to do is we're going to click on column, set here to 8, row, set here to 8. All right, and then we're going to set these values to zeros each. All right, that is it. Okay, so we have it like this. Now we want to begin with the background. The background, first thing we're going to do is give it a color. Okay, now guys, pay attention to this. Okay, I could give it pure white color, but I do not want that to happen. What I want to do is I want to give it a grayish color. Okay, maybe E2, 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 or E3, E3, E3. Now you can see I'm using E5, E5, E5. I'm going to maintain this. Maybe let me come a little, maybe let's see. Okay, so something like this is better. Okay, but the reason why I'm doing this is because click on it. The reason I'm doing this is because when I put color white on it, I want it to reflect nicely, and I also want most of the details to stand out. I don't want pure white, guys. Don't use pure white. When you even paste it online, you want it to still stand out. Okay, so now talking too much. Let me go and bring my let's see, that is my logo. Enter, and then I'm going to move it somewhere here. Click on my move to, click over here, make sure auto select is off, and then move it somewhere here for the meantime, guys. That's just for the meantime. And then maybe I'm going to click on my text tool. I'm going to type over here present. Okay, now for the present, I am still going to use the same, how do you call it, the same font I'm going to be using throughout, which is Railway. Okay, and then I'm going to set this side to 1200. Let's see. Good. Then I'm going to push it, click on the move tool. I'm going to push it somewhere here. Maybe I might make it a little bit bigger. I might make it, let's see, 13. Good. And I'll push it somewhere there. I think this is good. This is great so far. All right, I also don't want it to be color black. I'm going to pick a color somewhere around here. All right, so that's it. Let's put it in a group. Let's call it what? Logo. Okay, so I'm going to call it logo. That's the first thing we did. The other thing we want to do is start with some text, and I'm going to paste it over here. Now we are going to arrange the text for the meantime, and then later on we are going to see, or we're going to type the text so far. Okay, and then later on we're going to see how we're going to work it out. Okay, so 0 over here. All right, now the font we are going to use is Onyx. Okay, so that is it, Onyx. That's the font we are going to be using. And then also okay, so you can see it over there. We want to make it very big, so what you want to do is just give it a figure, any figure, to make it quite big. You also want the caps lock off because you want it to be exactly. Let's push it somewhere here and let's see. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just drag it to this side. Okay, now we are going to resize everything again. Don't, guys, do not, we are going to resize everything all over again. So I think maybe I'm going to use this for the meantime, or even let's just type 150 over here. Okay, and then let's pick our, let's go to Windows, let's go and look for rules. There's no rule here. Let's go to view, let's go to rulers. Good. And then let's drag it to here. Okay, so you can see what I did. It's touching okay, so what I did was that it touches here and it touches here as well. That is what we want. Okay, so you can see the rule is touching here, touching. That's what we are going to be using throughout. All right, so that is with the fresh. I'm going to duplicate it and I'm going to bring it down. Control J to duplicate it, and then hold shift and then drag it down. Now I also don't want, I want there to be just a little space on top of it. Okay, just a little space on top of it. I'm going to pick fire. Okay, fire. Then I'm going to paste it there. Fire. Good. Now I don't want the eye to show. or we can leave this eye for the meantime, okay, because this eye doesn't really interfere with anything, so we can leave this eye for the meantime like this. All right, and then let's go to character. I'm going to make it here minus let's say minus 30 will do. Good. Even this we can give it minus 30, or we could leave it like that. I'm going to duplicate fresh, and I'm going to drag it down. Remember how to be did duplicate is Control J. All right, that's what we used to duplicate. All right, and then we are going to bring it there. Now we are going to bring in the next detail, which is night. There are many valuable information I'm going to show you in this particular flyer. Okay, so guys, just pay a little attention. Okay, so you see how I've done it. Okay, you can see the space over here, but you can see the eye. You can see this, the eye over there is hidden, the dot over there. So we're going to give night a mask. Okay, and we are going to pick our brush. We're going to set here to color black, and then we'll go here and set it to go to general, click on hard round brush. Great. Now caps lock off, and then increase the size of it. Okay, and then just clean it. Okay, remember we are still clicking on this side of it. We can use that to clean it. Okay, so that is about it. So I believe we are almost done with it. Okay, we can put it in a group and we'll call it what? Fresh fire for the meantime. But we still not yet done with it. What we want to do now is go into it and go to night. Okay, we want night to have a little effect. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to double click it. Just a stroke. We want to give it a stroke. Go to stroke, set it all the way to 32. Nice. And then click over here on the color and come and pick the color over here in the background. That is all. Now we're going to change the inside here, the position, change it to outside. Exactly, that is it. Alright, and then we're going to close it. Now we want to add some few icons to it as well. So we are going to drag this one, drag it all the way into it, and then right click it and then counterclockwise. Okay, and then maybe give it let's see, vertical. Good. I rotate it like that, and then resize it. Resize it. Great. Then we are also going to pick this, drag it all the way into there, and then let's resize it as well. Good, but I don't want this one to be the same color, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click it and I'm going to give it a gradient overlay. I'm going to click on the gradient here, I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to give it these colors. Okay, so over here I'm going to double click it, I'm going to give it 03A. Okay, and then FAD, and then I'll click on OK, and then over here I'm going to double click it and I'm going to give it this code 00FF72. I'll click on OK. I'll click on OK, and then now leave everything like this, but then the angle, let's give the angle 35, and then the scale, let's give the scale 82. Okay, I think this is great. I'll click on OK, and then that is it. And so we are done with this particular thing. Okay, now remember the color we gave it wasn't black. Okay guys, don't forget it, the color we gave it wasn't black, it wasn't pure black. So you're going to click on it, you're going to pick any grayish color there. Okay, I used 3B, 3B, 3B. Okay, so that is what you should also be using. So we are done with that. Okay, and then I feel like it's sticking out. Okay, I don't like that. I don't like it to be sticking out, so I'm going to push it in. Okay, now you can see the T sticks in nicely. That is what we are looking for. The next thing is we want to pick our text tool, and then we want to drag it somewhere here like this, then somewhere there like that. Okay, good. And then we want to come and pick that, and then paste it there. Then we'll go there and choose yeah, same color, 3B, 3B, 3B. Okay, but then we are not going to use Onyx, we are going to use Real Way, and we're going to use Real Way bold. Okay, maybe we should even use it extra bold. Okay, now I get that you're not really seeing everything. It's because of the size, so we're going to work on this. Let's make the size a little bit smaller. Let's say maybe 15. Okay, will be the size. Now you can see it's beginning to show. Okay, so we have a couple of things we can do. One is we can maybe make it a little bit more smaller. Okay, so let's see. Let's make here also 15. Nice. I'm going to pick this, then I'm going to start from here. I'm going to drag it all the way down. Good. Then I'm going to drag it underneath that one, and I'm going to click on this, and then I'm going to set it to color white so that you can actually see it. I'll move it up a little bit more. Click on my move to move it up a little bit more. Okay, I feel like the rectangle should be adjusted down a little bit. Maybe move this down a little bit more. Okay, and then let's see what else we can do. Okay, this way I'm gonna write the theme there myself. Okay, it is the revival of God is here today. Okay, that is it. Alright, so I'm going to give it all caps. Alright, and then I'm going to, let's click on this, move it down a bit more. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to push it there. Then I'll go to properties. Guys, I hope you guys are watching. I'm going to set the angle to 60%. Great. And then I'm going to type outside it. I'm going to type theme. Then I'm going to move it, the theme, inside there. I'll go to character and I'll set this off. Then I'll go and look for autograph black. Okay, and if possible make it a little bigger. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do right now. Good. Push it somewhere here. Nice. Okay, now let's put it in a group. Let's call it theme. Most importantly, you want to drag it underneath that. Alright, and then drag it up a bit more. Good. Now what we also want to do is open it and then work on this, the rectangle. What I want to do is I want to open this as well, and then this one I want to hold Alt. You can see fire, that one. I want to hold Alt, click on this and drag it all the way in here. Scale over here, we're going to set it to, let's see, maybe 72. Okay, and then the angle over here, the angle, we can leave the angle like this. We can leave the, let's set the angle also to 72, and then let's just drag it. Okay, what I want you to do is just drag it like that. Okay, all right, so I think this is better. Good. Click on OK. Now you can see there is a space over here. It can be seen. I don't want that to happen, so what I'm going to do is I am going to give this a mask, and I'm going to pick my brush, and then I'm going to click on hard round brush. Okay, and then I would mask that side, okay, so that it hides. So we are done with that one as well. That is great. Let's close everything. Well, the next thing we want to work on is the date. The date. So I'm going to pick 10th for now. Then I'm going to paste it there. All right, and then I'm going to. We are still using railway. Sorry, railway. Okay, we are going to use railway. Let's use bold for now. We also want to set it to color black for the meantime. Okay, just so we can see what we are doing. And then I'm going to increase the font size a bit. I think this is great. And then I don't want there to be enough space between them like that, so I'm going to select it, but I'm going to come here to the tracking, and the tracking I'm going to give it -70. Okay, so we have it done. I'm going to move it somewhere here. I just wanted to touch that side. Great. And then I'm going to double click it, and then I'm going to give it gradients as well. Okay, so let's move this here so we can see what we are doing. I'm going to double click here, then I'm going to give it DD640A. I'll click on OK, double click here. I'm going to give it FED, okay, B00. Click on OK, click on OK. Now I think this is better, but we can still work on it a little bit more. Let's give this one 81, and then let's give the scale 101. Great. Let's drag it down a bit more. I think this is better. I think this is better. All right. Also, we want to type underneath it. We want to pick February. Okay. We want to pick February. Good. And then we want to move it here, drag it up a bit. We want it to be very close to it, and then let's drag it there like that. Okay, I think this is good. I think this is good. We are going to duplicate both of them. Duplicate both of them, and then you want to drag them towards this side. Okay, now this you want to change this to 8, size to be that big. So what we are going to do is you're going to set the size to 77. Okay, make it a little bit smaller. Good. And then we are going to take away the gradient, to right click it and then clear layer style. Good. Also want to click here, and you want to come and pick the color we used for this. Great. Even this and all of them, we need to use the colors used. All the blacks need to be those colors. You understand me? All the blacks need to be. We don't want blacks in there. We just don't want blacks in there. Okay, so this we are going to write AM sharp. Guess what? We're going to make it all caps as well, and then we are going to draw it a little bit closer to it. And that means that we might also have to drag the 8 closer to that side. Alright, so you can see I'm trying to balance it, guys. You can see just trying to balance it out. Alright, and then once we are done, we can create a new line like that, and then Ctrl T, flip it like that. Okay, so it will require us to zoom in. Let's zoom in so we can do it. The needful, push it here, and then this also push it here, enter, drag it closer. That is it. Guess what? We're going to double click it, and you're going to pick the colors, the grayish dark color as well. Everything is going to be like that. Duplicate it as well, and then this time you want to hold shift and alt depending on the version you are using. Alright, and then right click it, and then clockwise like that. Great. Click on your move tool and then move it there. And I believe this is okay. Maybe perhaps we would like to drag it up because we feel like it's not really dividing them, so we want it to be really good. So I think this is great so far. Now these shapes, we want to put them and call them shapes. Alright, for the meantime, because we don't want to confuse our shapes with other things. And then these two, these, we are going to call them what? Time and date. Time and date. I prefer sending them up. Okay, I prefer dragging them up. Good. We are also going to type here, and then what we are going to do is you're going to pick the location. Okay guys, the location, I'm going to type it there, and then we just try and then keep it a little bit smaller. That's the venue, right? We're going to keep it a little smaller, so we're going to write 10. We just want it to be much more smaller than the rest. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it this way. In there I'm going to break it. Good. And then I'm also going to break this side, the gray. That's it. Now it's 10 here, so probably I am going to give this side also what? 10. That's the leading. Nice. And then the color, we are going to pick the greenish dark color as well. And then I'm going to move it probably towards this side. Then we also want to bring in the location icon. Drag it in there. Let's close this one. Then let's resize it. Control 0. Let's resize it. Nice. Drag it here. We want to go to that side, and then want to see what's up. Okay. Alright. I think this should do. You can see that the size of it is almost the length, the height of that one. That is what we are trying to look for. Now I'm not going to give it a new gradient overlay. I am just going to hold Alt and move this FX, the gradient overlay of 10, all the way to it. And just like that, I am done with it. I'm going to put it in the group, and I'm going to call it what? Venue. Now it's coming off well. It's coming off well, but I wish I could push this here a little bit. And then let's go to shapes. Which one is this? Yeah, that one. Let's duplicate it. Control J, and then move it down. Exactly. We want it to be the equal amount of space between them. What we are going to do next is we are going to duplicate. Let's duplicate. Where is it? Let's duplicate this. We are located at Control J. Duplicate it. All right. And then let's put the information there. That. Let's push it there. And then let's drag it down. Nice. We are for more information. And I'm duplicate that one again. Then I'm going to type the information 020000000. Good. And I'm going to drag it down. But this time we're going to increase it, make it far more bigger. Right. And then close that as well. Then we want to drag the whole information here. Nice. And then we might leave it this way, or we might have to duplicate this and then also drag it down again. Okay, so that is it, guys. That is it. We are done with the text. Okay, so we're going to put all this in a group. We are going to call it what? No, let's leave the logo out. Okay, put it in a group. You're going to call it what? Text. Right, so let's see, you can move it about, right? So we are going to move it somewhere here. All right, we want it to be close. Yeah, we're going to move it somewhere here. I believe this is good. And then the next thing we are going to do is we want to start playing with our images here. That is where it gets much more interesting. Okay, playing with the images. I'm going to drag this one in there. Okay, good. I'm going to drag this one in there. I'm going to drag it underneath it. Alright. Yep, I think this is good. I'm going to drag this one in there as well. Great, but then I wish I could drag it underneath that one. Alright. Interesting. Then I'm going to drag this one in there as well. Good. I wish I would keep it somewhere here. Alright, this looks cool. I'm going to drag this one also in there as well. Nice. I'll drag it underneath that one. Good. And I'm going to push it somewhere above it. Okay. Maybe it should step out a bit more. So this is going to be the arrangement. Isn't this cool? This looks cool and nice. Alright, so first things first, we want to drag this one underneath it. Nice. We want it to be underneath everything. Okay, because we are trying to, yeah, something like this. And then we are trying to make it big like that. Great. Maybe even make it bigger. Maybe make it like this. I don't know. Okay. This looks good. And then we are going to give it a mask. We're going to pick our brush. Remember, cast log off. We are going to clean these. Alright, we're going to clean these. We're also going to clean these. Nice. Alright. So we know we have it in there. That is enough for us. We are going to pick this. And then we are going to drag it in there. Good. We are going to increase it. And we're going to drag it towards this side. Yeah. Nice, right? Good. Let's see whether we can drag the text all the way towards this side more. Nice. And then this all the way to the top here. Let's drag it more. Oh, I love it so far. It looks good. I might clean this side also. Alright, so the next thing we also want to do is, okay, let's duplicate this. Duplicate it. Control J. And then let's delete that side. Then let's drag it up. Like that. Okay. If possible, let's bring it this way. I like it. Let's give it a mask. The mask, we are going to clean that side. We don't need it. We don't need that side. We also don't need any of this side. That is good. We are doing great. 3, we want to duplicate it again. This time we are going to delete this one. And we are going to drag it somewhere here. Nice. And then we are going to make it a little bit smaller. You feel me? A little smaller. Right click it and then flip horizontal. It's the beauty about it. I mean, like, I'm not the one who did this, okay? It's Didi one that did this artwork, and the guy is just innovative. I just want you to know how he did this artwork. The guy is just innovative. Okay. But also, we are not yet done. We are not yet done at all. We are not done at all. We are going to the text, and then we are going to time and stuff, and then we are going to hold Alt, and then drag this FX all the way on top of it. Nice. Let's close the text. Okay. So, which one is this? Now, this one we like it the way it is, so we don't want the text to interfere. Which one is this? Okay, so we are going to drag this one on top of this one rather. Exciting, right? Okay, nice, good. And then which one is this one? We are also going to drag it on top of this one, but then let's work on the details. We're going to drag it this way, and we're going to push it up. Nice, good. We are also going to drag it on top of this one. Nice. Double click it, and then let's move it up a little bit more. I like this. I like it that way. Then we're also going to hold Control Alt and drag it underneath. Sorry. We are going to hold Alt and we're going to drag it underneath the last one here. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, the orange is showing nicely, perfectly well. Okay, so guys, that is how we end up creating that. But then we are still not yet done. There was a lot of things we can do to the images because the images look too normal. Okay, don't do your artwork and leave the images like that. It's haram. Okay, so let's go to one. Let's convert to smart object. Good. Now let's go to filter. Let's go to camera raw filter, and then let's make it what? Epic. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move. What else can I do to this? Let's just say we're going to move the highlights a little bit up, or let's say down, and then we are going to move the shadows all the way up because we want the shadows to show, and then the whites move it down a little bit, and then the black, let's drag it all the way there. Okay, now it's showing well. It's not bad. Okay, let's see, clarity should go up a little bit more. Yep. And then let's also see whether we can go to sharpen and then move it all the way there. I think this is nice. Okay, maybe black should come a little bit down. Okay, I like it this way. I think this looks great. Yeah, let's go to 2 as well. Let's convert it to smart object. Let's go to camera raw filter, and then let's do this following to it as well. We are going to contrast. Let's move it a little bit. Okay, let's go to the highlights. Let's move it a little bit. Okay, let's go to the shadows. Let's move it all the way. Alright, then let's go to white. Let's drag it down a little bit. Then let's go to black. Let's drag it there a little bit. Good. And then let's see, clarity. Need to move clarity all the way to 100%. Okay, let's go to sharpen, and then let's move let's move it all the way to maybe 150. Now I also want us to go to the saturation over here, and then the orange, let's move it down just a bit. Okay, good. I even think we can do the same thing to this, the first image. The orange is too much, so let's drag it down a little bit. Good. Nice. Let's go to 3, convert it to a smart object. Let's close these ones nicely. So 3, let's go to filter. Let's go to camera raw filter. Let's go to contrast. Let's set contrast to 9. Let's go to what else can we do? Let's go to shadow. Let's send shadow all the way there, and then let's go to white. Let's drag white down a little bit. let's go to black. Let's drag black up a little bit. Good. Now the clarity, let's drag it up a little bit more. Then let's go to sharpen. Let's move sharpen up a little bit more. Good. And then I think that is it. Click on OK. Now everything is looking great. Everything is looking great. Okay. Let's go to 4, convert it to a smart object. Let's go to filter, camera raw filter. Okay, and then the shadows. I'm going to start with the highlight. Let's leave highlight. Let's go to shadows. Okay, shadows. Let's see. Let's go to black. Let's move black. Okay, let's go to clarity. Good. Let's go to sharpen, and then sharpen amount, let's move it considerably. Okay, click on OK. And then we have the last one we're going to work on, which is this. Okay, now convert it to a smart object. Let's go to camera raw filter. Now you can see it's really dark, but still you can do something more to it. Okay, alright, and then let's go to contrast to around 18. Exposure should go up a little bit to make it interesting. Highlight, I think we might use highlight a lot. Let's drag it. Okay, and then let's drag the shadows also. Okay, and then let's drag the white also. Let's see. Okay, this will do the blacks. Let's drag it. Let's drag it all the way there. And then let's go to clarity. The clarity, let's drag it all the way there. Let's go to sharpening, and the sharpening, let's drag it somewhere here. Alright, I think this will do. Let's click on OK. And so guys, basically that is it. Let's put it in a group. Let's call it images. Okay, images. So we could say over here that we are done, but we are not really done. We need them to share particular color. So what we are going to do is we are going to click on this. We are going to click on gradient map, and we are going to clip it to it. Nice. Now we're clipping it only to the images. Good. Now what we're going to do is let's click here, and then let's click over here. Let's bring it this way. Double click here. Alright, and then let's pick the color from there. Now if you are not getting it, we can still create our own color code. I don't know why it's being like that. It's acting like that. Let's click here right there. Okay, click here, and then click there, and then double click here, and then let's click on that side. Good. And then let's double click here, and let's click on the yellowish side. Good. Maybe you should come and pick somewhere here. Alright, so that is it. Then we can go and then give it what? Soft light, and then we can reduce the opacity to maybe 50 something %. Awesome. Also, what we want to do is that is it. Yeah, basically that is it. So from here, Control Alt Shift and then E, we are merging everything together. That's what we are trying to do. Okay. Yes, let's right click it and convert it to a smart object. Yep, and then we are going I have a video. I'm going to leave a link in the description. Okay, there's a video I created for this, and so you guys can easily have access to it. Okay, just go to the description, you'll find it, and then so you can see this let's hide it first. Okay, we don't really need that. Okay, we are going to move this whole effect. Drag it, and then release it here. Nice. And then once we are done, we can delete this one. Okay, so open the effect and then drag this into this, and then now you can delete this one. and drag this one into it. Okay, nice. Now this one we can go and set it to soft light, and just like that we have what we are looking for. Okay, so you can see for yourself, it's really rich, really rich, and it looks great. Alright, so guys, if you love this video and want to support it in any way, just guys subscribe to this channel and comment as well. I love you guys. See you in the next video. Peace.